It's an actual, genuine dragon. No one told me there'd be dragons in Dragon Age. Blasphemy. I do find it amusing that Shale approved of what happened there because
A high dragon is not a joke. We'd best be careful. Real careful.
Oh, it's fine. We're just gonna die. It'll be cool. I find it amusing that in this game, approval and disapproval are determined by individual dialogue choices rather than the overall conversation. Because I did things that I did not ultimately do what Shale wanted me to do, but she approved of what I did because of the quick moment where I agreed with her for one moment in the conversation, even though I ultimately did the opposite. Anyway, do we get to just walk in, I suppose? Kinda thought the dragon would stop me, but I guess not. Alright, in we go. The Gauntlet. It's a gauntlet of loading screens is what it is. Alright, so welcome to the Gauntlet. I guess our list of dungeons we have to complete in sequence for this one part of the game is just growing and growing. It's funny, dungeons always feel like filler to me. Like in my head, I kind of forget they exist. So, in my memory of this zone, I thought I remembered Redcliffe being this big ordeal, but then the Urn of Sacred Ashes being a quick little side trip you make after Redcliffe. Turns out this whole Urn of Sacred Ashes thing might actually be longer than Redcliffe ever was. So.
Oh, this should be good.
Aw, Shale's excited about the dungeon. Hello, sir? Mr. Guardian? Are you the Guardian of the Gauntlet?
I bid you welcome, Pilgrim.
Ooh, you've got the echoey voice of not a quite real person, huh? I'm here for the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
I need the ashes to cure a noble man.
Still, you must prove yourself worthy. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The Gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not...
Alright, let's get it over with.
Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy. There is suffering in your past. Your suffering, and the suffering of others. Jarwin was discovered by the Templars. You were helping him. Tell me, do you think you failed Jarwin?
No. He lied to me about blood magic. I mean, oh wow, that's actually the first option too. Like, he kind of tricked me anyway.
Then you do not dwell on past mistakes. Neither yours, nor someone else's.
It's easy for others to judge what you've done in hindsight, but it doesn't make it any better.
It is sometimes difficult to see how our actions affect an outcome. But that does not mean our actions had no effect.
It seems that reflection on past mistakes is a constant preoccupation of the religious mind.
You are too hard on yourself. No one's perfect.
Accept your failings, but do not let them govern your life.
And what of those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance, maybe I...
Ask your question, Guardian. I am ready.
You are ever the advisor, ready with a word of wisdom. Do you wonder if you spout only platitudes, burned into your mind in the distant past? Perhaps you are only a tool, used to spread the word of the circle and the chantry. Does doubt ever chip away at your truths?
You frame the statement in the form of a question. Yet you already know our answers. There is no sense in hiding, is there? Yes, I do doubt at times. Only the fool is completely certain of himself.
Shale, the stone giant. There is so little I can draw from you. I feel the distant echo of a soul, dormant for so long, now awake.
Good for you.
And with the awakening, the slow realization of all you have lost. Ah, Shale, your entire existence is a test of your will and courage. You have my respect. The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
I get a kick out of the fact that Shale had the least interaction there, but is the only person who got all the reward and adulation. Not reward, but just gets praised and adulated afterwards by the spirit. What an experience. It's because Shale's just that awesome, and that's why I keep them around. Here's a big empty room full of ghosts. Brona. LSA. Lady Vasilia. Disciple Havard. Disciple Catherine. Archon Hesserin. General Masarif. And Thane Sharton. Is there a puzzle to be had here, or am I able to just walk through the next door? Nope, can't walk through the door, so let's talk to somebody. Let's talk to Disciple Catherine.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
No one has seen it. All know it. Huh. It'll fell the strongest armies. Hunger, yeah, hunger.
Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tiventer Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Cather, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
Huh. Alright, so we just have to solve each riddle to get through here. This shouldn't be too hard, if they're all riddles. I feel like we just did riddles a moment ago, though. Oh well.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
Mountains? Oh wow, mountains.
Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
That one was so obvious, I knew it before it even came up. It's like, oh, the bones of the earth, covered in white. Like they're just fucking mountains. I get it.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Huh, vengeance? I mean, yeah, it's eye for an eye. Eye for an eye is vengeance. It's revenge. It's punishment.
Yes, my husband Hessarian would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
It's funny, they're transparent bodies, so I couldn't quite tell if she was facing me or the other direction, because you can see clear through them. That she had a really distracting hairstyle where you see the bun at the back of her head sticking out.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
So the smallest man could carry while a strong man may not. Yes, the plague, obviously. Anyone can carry the plague, it doesn't matter. By the way, look you can see her jaws. Like, you can see her teeth, like she has dentures sticking out of her head, and obviously the hair, too. This transparent effect is not very well implemented. She looks kind of horrifying.
That is not of what I speak.
Oopsie. Oh!
These things have such
Okay.
pleasing
Maybe, I guess I should have thought that one out through better. But now I'm gonna fight. Seriously though, if my punishment for failing is just to fight at an ass wraith, I think I'll do just fine. Might not be such a big deal. Whoopsie though. I may have not thought that one through as well as I needed to. My bad. Hello, Brona.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light.
Dreams?
Of what do I speak?
Dreams.
A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
So we're getting the story of Andraste in the form of 8 riddles.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
I'm not a guest or a trespasser. I belong in this place that I belong in this place that also belongs to me. Huh. Ferelden? Not a guest or trespasser. I belong here and it belongs... No, you don't own Ferelden. Home. I guess home would be it, because you don't... You can own your home. You belong there, and it belongs to you, because it's also your property. You're not a guest or a trespasser, because guests are temporary and trespassers are unwelcome.
It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
Hey, I'm nailing it, except for the one time. So far, I'm 5 for 6? Yeah, 5 for 6. That's not bad.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
I'm gonna have to hear that one again.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain.
The opposite of passion. It's the opposite of passion. It grows from love until love is slain. Grows from love until love is slain. Jealousy.
Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamari, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
Alright, we're up to our final one. Let's see if I can make it all the way up to 7 out of 8.
She wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
She wields the broken sword, separates true kings from tyrants. Broken sword. Kings from tyrants. Yeah, mercy.
Yes, I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
Alright, so we weren't quite perfect, but we got 7 out of 8. Someone else might have figured out the one that I messed up before I messed it up. These are definitely made easier by the fact that, because they're pretty vague riddles, but they're made easier by the fact that you just flat out get given an option of 4 choices. At that point, you can make the right one. There's still someone in here. It can't be a person though, can it? Because this is the gauntlet, no one's allowed in here, so it must be... Oh, it's Juan.
Had fun with the riddle game?
You're not real.
I didn't think I'd fool you, but am I really a spirit, or is all this in your mind? Are you in the Fade, perhaps? Honestly, I don't know. I am part of the Gauntlet, I am Jowan, I am you. All these statements are true.
Well, I know this isn't the Fade, because I'm here with all these other people, and so far, whenever I go into the Fade, I'm alone, and I have to find people and stuff like that, and that's a problem. So what is your purpose here?
To speak to you, and to offer advice. You have come so far since I saw you last. The last vestiges of your shackled life in the Circle have all but fallen away. You are free of the past, and nothing will hold you back. Be strong, my friend. Do not falter. I have something for you. Use it well. It makes me happy, knowing you will be the mage that I never could.
I mean, he says I've come far since I last saw him. That's not really true. I just saw him at Redcliffe. That's the last place I was. I came like straight here. I keep finding contradictions in the... I keep finding all these little contradictions in the writing in this game, which are mostly as a result of the open world nature of it. I'm not bothered by it. I just take it for granted that that's going to happen because you can't really account for everything. But it just gives me something to comment on.
Enemies ahead!
Oh, it's Alistair. Let's kill him.
Very well.
Oh, there's Alistair. Weird. Oh, is that shale? Is it like a tiny shale? No, that's normal shale size. It's just hard to make them out a little bit because they're all phantomy. Oh no! Taking hits.
Yes.
Need to get one of them down as fast as... Wait, that means there's a win, isn't there? Shit. Can I even kill Alistair fast enough, or do you need to go kill Win first? There we go, Alistair's down. Let's go find... Where's Win? Win? Oh, shit. Win's already dead. I was gonna go take care of the spellcaster, but I guess they're taken care of already. While I was struggling with Alistair, Shale ran around the corner and just kind of wiped everyone out, didn't she? And that made things easier. Okay. Guess we'll just continue forward. That wasn't such a big deal. A little dark Link moment. Andraste loved her disciples as she loved the Maker. As we have faith in the Maker, so must we have faith in our friends.
Hey, you see those thingies over on the side of that huge chasm? I bet they're used for something. Maybe I should touch them or stand on them?
Ew, puzzle time. Yep.
I don't think it's solid enough to stand on, but it's a start.
Well, okie dokie. So clearly I need to switch between people. Go ahead and put you here, so my main character can go wherever. Let's find another spot to stand on. Clink.
That's an actual bridge piece right there. If we can get all the bridge pieces to be solid...
It calls.
The question is, how do I make multiple bridge pieces solid? That's clearly an important spot. Switch to Orenko. Just going on the opposite side, fill that in. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Okay, let's check. Maybe coming all the way to the other side, maybe one of these will make it solid. Nope. No. Okay. Does this character not count because he's my main character? Is that how it works?
Right.
Let's check to see if this... Does it undo itself?
Why don't we just get one person across and go from there?
Huh. Well, if I get... It looks like I have to get them across one piece at a time, so we'll focus on making the closest platform solid. Oh, there we go. It's progress right there. So that's still not... That's not solid yet. So Shale can move, but no one else can, right? So Shale, you need to find the next spot. Make it all solid. That's not quite it. I need to also make the platform that's on solid. There we go. So now this platform was made by Shale and Win, so Alistair gets to move now. Right? Yeah, alright. I'm on the right track here. Huh. Is it safe to move Win now? Yep. Okay. So now Win and Alistair are making the next platform. So Shale should be able to move now. There we go, that's the right track. And who did I move last? I moved Wynn last, right? So Alistair should be able to move. I'm careful. Is it on the other side? Is it this one? Nope. Alright, let's check the other side. I should be able to complete the platform. We seem to be making good progress here. Come on. There we go. Did we win? May have won. Let's see what happens when I get through here. Oh, they're all running for it. I guess those platforms are permanent now.
Only favored the clever, it seems.
Yeah, it does seem that Andraste seems to have a bias in favor of smart people. Although that wasn't a very hard puzzle, to be honest. What does this altar do? This altar is little more than a dusty stone slab. You can make out an inscription carved into its face. Cast off the trappings of worldly life and cloak yourself in the goodness of spirit. King and slave, lord and beggar, we be born anew in the Maker's sight. Oh, they want me to take my clothes off? I don't want to do that. Fuck it, let's do it. I guess, does underwear not count? I like that it doesn't apparently matter for Shale. Please don't die. Oh no, I'm safe.
You have been through the trials of the gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
Hey, victory! That wasn't so tough either. I had to do some riddles, fight a copy of myself, do a little bridge puzzle, and then take my clothes off. How nice of them to put them back on for me, too.
Anyone could succeed in finding Andraste's final resting place. But here she is.
What an odd thing to do with the honored dead. To store it in a pot. Bizarre.
I could not have asked for a greater honor than to be here. I will never forget this feeling.
I mean, you don't have that much time to forget it. You're gonna die soon, because you're old. I'm sorry, that's mean. These are the earthly remains of Andraste. Prophet and bride of the Maker. Take a pinch of the ashes so that we can save the Jarl of Redcliffe and finally move on. You take a pinch of the ashes and place it in a leather pouch. You spontaneously combust because God is angry. Leave the urn alone. Victory! Do we just walk out now? There's these weird doors that... Oh, they're called Mountaintop. Ooh, ceremonialist. Trophy unlocked, and we get the unfortunate adventurer who gives us a golden demon pendant and belt of the Magister Lords. Any other unfortunate adventurers die around here? It's kind of amazing that they got this far but managed to die on the fire part. I thought that was the easy puzzle. Oh well. Looks like we have a shortcut back to the mountaintop, thankfully, so I don't have to run through all of that stuff all over again. Let's see what waits ahead. Now that we have our goal, we can run back to Redcliffe and succeed at bringing that guy back. Okay, so we're back here where the dragon was earlier, and you know how it goes. If you, it's like a basic, phrase about movie making. If you pull out a gun in Act 1, you better be ready to fire it in Act 3. So, where is this dragon that we're clearly going to have to fight? I assume he's just going to show up when we walk out here and be angry at us. Hello? Dragon. Dragon? I don't see a dragon. That gong seems like it probably summons the dragon to fight. If I don't need to fight a dragon, I don't need to fight a dragon, right? I'm not here to just actively murder every single living creature I encounter. I'm trying to deal with the whole Urn of Sacred Ashes issue and save someone's life. Am I free to go? I might be free to go. Yep, there's the caverns. Alright, success! Alright, we're back in the main hall. I went ahead and just backtracked off camera, because, dear lord, that is actually a very long run back. thought it was long with fighting. It's actually not that much shorter without the fighting. Let's see if we can meet. Is Jenna TV around? Yep, there's Jenna TV. Hello, sir. Got the urn.
Welcome back. You were gone for quite some time. Well, did you find it?
Oh, look who's impatient in the cold over here. Okay, yeah. Look at this. Actually, oh, should I tell him about the urn? Is it good to tell him about the urn, or is it bad to confirm that it's real? I don't know. I'll just show it to him. Let's just go ahead and let his dreams come true.
Is that? Oh, there's some dust on. No, that's not dust. Oh, Maker, I'm not worthy to look upon. What was it like, coming to the urn, I mean?
I went to a urn, there was some ashes in it. Pretty much end of story. That's really all it really came down to it. But everyone around me was very, very touched, I suppose, by the experience. So, yeah, it was grueling. There were tests.
Tests? Interesting. Very interesting. Perhaps my research will not seem so much like blasphemy to the Chantry now. We must organize an expedition. There is so much history here, it must be studied. And pilgrims should be allowed to come to the urn.
That sounds like a bad idea. You're gonna... I mean, this option says down here, many will try to exploit this discovery. I'm not sure about that, though. I mean, the tests are supposed to stop people from getting in that are going to do anything bad to the urn, right? So, really what's gonna happen here is a bunch of people are gonna come up here and get themselves killed, which is unfortunate. But, yeah, sure. The ashes, the existence, this knowledge should be shared with the world. But, yeah, you might get some people killed here.
Ha! Let's hope there's a lot of Andraste to go around.
I must return home. I have much to do. If you ever find yourself in Denerim, please visit me. I am not a rich man, but I have a small collection of interesting artifacts, and I do owe you a reward for coming to my rescue. I hope to see you soon, my friend.
Ooh, awkward. He just wandered off, and I never got a chance to tell him that his assistant is kind of dead. Hope he doesn't think that I did it. Oh, whoopsie. Let's go ahead and head back to the world map then. I guess it's time to head to... Yeah, it's about time for us to head to Redcliffe and set everything straight, right? Yeah. Hopefully this guy will finally, feel healthy again.
You're awake. Did you feel it too? It was like the archdemon saw us. Saw us! What does that mean? I think... Wait. Did you hear that?
Oh, we're under attack. Okay. I know you want to discuss the fact that we had a spooky dream about the archdemon, but I just feel like we should discuss the fact that apparently you sleep in full armor.
As you say.
Cause it's gotta be bad for all sorts of reasons, right? Just sleeping on the floor in full plate. Should take a note from Morrigan. She basically sleeps in a bra. That just seems like a more healthy choice of nighttime clothing. I mean, it does make us conveniently ready for this fight, but still uncomfortable. Don't you get a kink in your neck every night? Hey, that was a nice little chance to see our whole party fight at once.
I guess it's like Duncan once said. We can sense them, and they can sense us. We'd best be more careful from now on. This camp isn't safe any longer.
We'll be fine. Maybe.
How unnerving.
It will be more difficult to sleep here now. It is dark.
I want to point out that you couldn't hear any of it out loud because all these people are talking while they're walking away. But I think that was it Morgan? I think Morgan said, "What are they going to send next? Darkspawn tax collectors?" Which I just found amusing. But hey, that's that little incident taken care of, I suppose. Let's continue on to deal with the Arl finally. That's been in a coma all this time. It's about time we can wake him up, and I guess then we have to deal with his bed sores. Hopefully he doesn't sleep in full armor either. And of course we have some kind of incident on the way back to the castle. We can't ever have a just a normal, safe journey. Is it gonna be more Darkspawn? It sure is. I am not exactly surprised. Oh, and they have a tripper. They have a tract ready for me. A trap, sorry, not tract. Cast miasma. Make things bad for them. And then start taking out some organs. Gotta go for the emissary first because they can heal. Definitely don't want them to just sit there and keep everyone up the entire fight. He's taken care of. It's a Genlock. Is it the? I think that's the only one left. Damn. My party's getting powerful. I don't want to be condescending to the enemy, but I'm not exactly tense whenever we have a fight. I guess that's the benefit of doing the werewolves first, which are supposed to be one of the harder places in the game. Oh, can't pick anything else up. My inventory's full. Whoopsie. So how'd I get out of here? It's funny, my inventory is emptier than it's been most of the game, but that dungeon sequence was so long that I actually maxed it out. How do I leave? Oh, god damn it, another trap. I think I can leave over here. Here we go. Alrighty then. Off to Redcliffe Castle. Guys, come on. You gotta clean up. People live here. Honey, I'm home.
You return. Might you have news?
Only the best news. Alright, I found the urn.
You have? Wonderful. Let us go at once to Eamon's side and see if the urn's healing powers live up to their reputation.
Where am I?
Be calm, brother. You have been deathly ill for a very long time. Do you remember nothing?
Tegan? What are you doing here? Where is Isolde?
Much has happened since you fell ill, brother. Some of it will not be easy for you to hear.
Then tell me. I wish to hear all of it. This is most troubling. There is much to be done, that is true. But I should first be thankful to those who have done so much. Grey Warden, I know you did what you had to. I grieve for Isolde, but I believe that had you not acted as you did, it might have been far worse. I am in your debt. Will you permit me to offer you a reward for your service?
If you'd like, I won't object, because as I had an earlier discussion last time I was in Redcliffe, people who don't take rewards are stupid, because this entire game is about doing people favors so that they'll fight a war for you, so rewards are just part of the deal right there.
Then allow me to declare you and those traveling with you champions of Redcliffe. You will always be a welcome guest within these halls. And for you, Warden, the staff that belonged to Isolde's grandfather, himself a mage, I understand. It will serve far better in your hands.
Maybe in Wynn's hands. My hands are pretty full with this sword right now, but thank you, Your Grace.
We should speak of Loghain, brother. There is no telling what he will do once he learns of your recovery.
Loghain instigates a civil war even though the Darkspawn are on our very doorstep. Long I have known him. He is a sensible man, one who never desired power.
I was there when he announced he was taking control of the throne, Eamon. He is mad with ambition, I tell you.
Mad indeed. Mad enough to kill Cailan, to attempt to kill myself and destroy my lands. Whatever happened to him, Loghain must be stopped. What's more, we can scarce afford to fight this war to its bitter end.
What are you proposing then?
We have no time to wage a campaign against him. Someone must surrender if Ferelden is to have any chance at fighting the Darkspawn.
So you're giving up?
No, not at all. Loghain is responsible for heinous crimes, and I intend to see him pay. But our armies must be reserved for the Darkspawn, not for each other. I will spread word of Loghain's treachery, both here and against the king. But it will be but a claim made without proof. Those claims will give Loghain's allies pause, but we must combine it with a challenge Loghain cannot ignore. We need someone with a stronger claim to the throne than Loghain's daughter, the Queen.
Are you referring to Alistair, brother? Are you certain?
I would not propose such a thing if we had an alternative, but the unthinkable has occurred.
But Alistair would be... I can't just come out and say that, but Alistair would be a terrible king! It'd be pretty funny, though. But yeah, That is it is a good solution for the problem. It's one of the only things, it's one of the only cards we have to play at this point.
Tegan and I have a claim through marriage, but we would seem opportunists no better than Loghain. Alistair's claim is by blood.
And what about me? Does anyone care what I want?
You have a responsibility, Alistair. Without you, Loghain wins. I would have to support him for the sake of Ferelden. Is that what you want?
But I... No, my lord.
I see only one way to proceed. I will call for a landsmeet, a gathering of all of Ferelden's nobility in the city of Denerim. There, Ferelden can decide who shall rule, one way or another. Then the business of fighting our true foe can begin. What say you to that, my friend? I do not wish to proceed without your blessing.
I say we proceed with your plan.
Very well. I will send out the word. But before we proceed, I believe there is the matter of the mage, my son's tutor. He still lives, I understand.
He does. He is in the dungeon, brother.
Have him brought here, Tegan. I wish to see him. Jowan, what you have done is not in question. You tried to assassinate me and set into motion a series of events that nearly destroyed everything I cherish. What have you to say in your own defense?
Nothing, my lord. Other than to say I am sorry. I expect no mercy for what I've done.
I see. Grey Warden, have you anything to say on Jowan's behalf?
What do I say to him? I mean, he's done nothing but cause problems for himself, and oftentimes his problems are out of proportion with his mistakes, but he is still always committing a crime when he creates his problems. So his problem... let's see. I can't say he was a good man and a friend because I don't fucking know him really. It's implied that my character knew him, but I don't really know that, which is a problem. Let's see. I'll just make the point that he did help. The ritual was his idea, and he didn't deceive us, is the best I can say.
But is he attempting to worm his way out of a bad situation? Or is he truly repentant for what he has done? And what would you have me do? As the injured party, my ability to see the merciful path is strained.
I mean, he frankly should be punished. But I don't know if we necessarily need to kill him, so what if we give him back to the circle? Although the circle... No, the problem there is the circle is going to make him tranquil, and that's really, really fucked up. But at the same time, it's kind of unfair to say... it's kind of unfair to say I don't really care, because that's overly dismissive. I would say do what you wish if that was the whole statement, but they make you ask dismissive about it, which is problematic, because that's kind of a dick move. I'm just saying that I defer to your judgment because it's not my place to say it, but I don't really care is problematic. So I guess let's say let the circle hunt him, because if I'm going to condemn him to something, I don't really want him to become tranquil. That's kind of fucked up.
That I cannot do. He is a Maleficar, and I cannot unleash him on a land already racked by war and chaos. I am sorry. Jowan, I hereby turn you over to the Tower of the Circle of Magi. May the Maker have mercy on your soul.
Thank you, my lord. And goodbye, my friend.
Now, back to the matter of the landsmeet. It will take some time to recall my forces and organize our allies. I would prefer to wait until that is done before calling the landsmeet. In the meantime, I suggest you pursue the remainder of the Grey Warden treaties. We will need all the allies we can get if we are to defeat the Darkspawn horde.
That means dwarves. What a dick move, though, ask me a question, then be like, nah, JK, I'm not actually gonna take your advice. I'm just gonna send him to the Magi Tower regardless. I gotta say, Alistair's sort of petty hesitance away from becoming king is kind of odd, just because I find that since he's a Grey Warden, he's already pledged his life to a greater cause. The idea of assisting Ferelden at all costs is kind of what he already decided to do. So the idea that he is so hesitant to become king and just, you know, to help save the world, basically, the way that he was planning on doing all along. Did I go the wrong way? There's so many doors in this area. Doors, doors, doors. Courtyard's over there. Whoopsie, went the wrong way. I do find it odd that he would drink poisoned blood and join what is almost like this weird cult in order to help defend Ferelden, but he won't lead it.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
You're sick, aren't you? Alright, go on, out with it.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. Remember my apprentice, Petra? She encountered a demon in the tower. It would have killed her had I not intervened. I saved her life that day, but I did not survive that encounter with the demon.
And... okay, what does that mean exactly? Because you are standing right here.
Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
So you were never completely dead, then?
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
Well, this potentially explains why she's such a good healer then, if she's got a healing spirit literally inside her keeping her going. But that's problematic. What a dick move. So you're gonna die soon, no surprise there. But, wow. Well then we're gonna have to make the best of this time, won't we?
Yes, that we will.
So Wynn is dying, or Wynn is dead, but reanimated and temporarily around. So this is her little final mission to help make the world a better place. Which, frankly, might be the final mission for all of us. Maybe we'll just all die in the process. And here we have a three-part army now. All that's left is the dwarves. So we need to head to the Frostback Mountains next. That'll be our next episode, I suppose. And we'll see what the hell's wrong with them, because I'm sure, just like every other region of the game, something's wrong with that faction, and you've got to resolve this problem or they're not going to help you. So that's going to be what we do next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been an ordeal, hasn't it? Redcliffe might be the longest of any of the storylines. It sure felt like it, because I think I might have taken like 6 hours to get through, although after editing it'll be shorter for you guys, I'm sure. But, wow. Alright, thanks for watching. Like always, see you guys tomorrow.